Does anybody else need a reminder that the bodies online aren't the only bodies that exist in the world, or that you aren't a failure or a freak because you aren't super lean or super thin like everybody else? Because I do. Because I'm tired of seeing people in real life and online that are taking a GLP-1 that are maybe a little bit bigger than me, maybe a little bit smaller than me, that have maybe 10, maybe 15 pounds at most to lose. 5 I've even seen, and they're taking it because they just want that little edge. Like they're not able to lose that weight for whatever reason, and they're super active and they're super fit and they're strong and they're confident, but for some reason they're microdosing or they're taking it and then going to stop. And it's just a little frustrating at this point because a few years ago we were body positive and that got taken out of control. And now we're GLP-1, and the people that actually need it and can benefit from it aren't getting it, or there is a stigma that once they do take it that they're cheating. But I do see the benefit of it, but I also know that there is a little bit of a band-aid with it because we're not addressing the real root problem. Now, again, this isn't for everybody. Some people do have medical diagnoses that are preventing them from losing weight or what they gain weight. But for the vast majority of us, we are just under so much stress every single day. We hate our lives, we hate our bodies, and there's so much strain that our bodies are just trying to keep us alive. I thought about this the other day. I've got some extra weight that I could lose, probably about 20 pounds. And there's part of me, there's some days that I just wish I could take the pill or take the injection or whatever it is and not have to worry about it anymore. But there is something about getting to a point in your life where you are healthy, but you still have some weight that you want to lose. And looking at that weight not as a negative, but as something that has helped you get to this point in your life. Your body is trying to keep you alive, and it can only do so in very specific ways. And that is by holding on to fat to survive the famine. And we aren't supposed to be stressing about every little thing, every single email that comes through, every single text that comes through, every single road rage or minor inconvenience or what if in the world or political outrage. Like, we're not meant to see all of that. We're not meant to hold on to all of that. And again, as good as it is to be informed and prepared, our bodies aren't meant for that. Our bodies aren't prepared for it. And whether you have physical weight on your body or it's going to come up in some other kind of medical way in the future, it's harming us more than it's helping us. And the only way that you are going to be able to lose that weight is if you let it go and learn to de-stress. Again, you can stay informed, you can stay aware, you can try different things, but until you let it go, it's going to keep haunting you because it's still going to put stress on your body. And you're going to need to figure out how to cope with that. Another thing is how we eat. Whether you are eating super strict and clean and healthy, or you just don't care at all and you're just trying to survive right now, all of that matters. And that is extra stress. That's extra stress of why isn't this working? Of I need to meal prep all of my meals. This doesn't have enough greens in it that it should. This isn't exactly what I wanted. I don't have enough money to buy the food that I want. I am not able to afford any food right now. It all adds up. And until you get to a point where you can de-stress and just live and exist and try and take care of yourself and allow yourself to rest, it's going to keep happening. And again, it can be the same with fitness. If you are doing everything and nothing is working, if you are doing all the cardio, all the weightlifting, all of the movement, getting your 10K steps in, whatever it is, or you're doing nothing at all because you can't afford it or you can't deal with it or you just don't have the time. Again, another stress. Why isn't this working? I'm doing everything. I need to switch it up. That's why we keep swapping exercises and workouts all the time. That's why there's so many 90-day and 30-day and 12-week programs. Like, the only thing that's going to bring results is consistency and years of trial and error and adjustment and a more relaxed approach. And until you do feel safe and comfortable with that, it's going to keep happening. And I had that reminder the other day. I was looking at my body, and for the first time in a long time, I saw it wanting to keep me alive, if that makes sense. I saw how it was trying to support me. I saw how it held on to this weight from all of the years of stress and fear and bad situations and how it's holding on to all of that. And until I give it a reason to trust me that I will not be putting myself in those negative situations again, that I will be feeding it on a regular basis, that I will be moving it in a way that it wants and craves, it's not going to let go of that until it can trust me that it is going to happen. And it's not going to be able to trust me in 30 or 60 days. It's going to take a lifetime. And I heard somebody give a really good example of like with manifestation and trying to make changes. Like you're not going to be able to have a fix and then it be done and ready to go. Like think of it as a garden. Oh, I see a chipmunk coming. Don't go in there. Think of it as a garden. There's going to be weeds that come up and you can be stressing about them and wishing that your garden didn't have all those weeds, but you can also just accept that that's what happens with the garden that you want is you're going to need to pull some weeds and that's it. So with the life that you want, there are going to be things that come up from your past. There are going to be old beliefs and old feelings that no longer are serving you. And you just need to pluck them out and let them go. And it's nothing more than that. It doesn't need to be a spiral. It doesn't need to be an identity crisis. It doesn't need to be anything more than that. It can just be a negative thought comes up, you pluck it, throw it away. We're no longer thinking that and move forward. So if you are seeing constantly all of those bodies that were once your dream goals and now they're even smaller, or the people don't like what they look like or anything like that, don't take it personally. Start looking at yourself and how you can live the life that you are wanting. I got up this morning and went for a nice long walk and there was nobody outside and it was so lovely. It's a beautiful day. The sun's coming up. It's a little cold, but instead of me feeling like I need to starve myself more or work out more and do less of me time, I got up, had my breakfast, went for a walk, watched some TV, and I'm going to go work out because I've got the time to. And it can just be that. And it's doing that over and over and over again and having a really boring, healthy life that is a consistent schedule, and that's going to bring the results. So I will check in with you if this is something that does actually work, because I know it will. I know it'll just take time and it won't be as click-worthy as dropping 20 pounds in 30 days or something, but we don't want that. We want something that lasts. And if you are also wanting that, then definitely check out this next video because it's basically everything that I am focusing on when it comes to losing weight, but also just having a balance. So definitely check that out and I'll see you there.